All right, welcome to this week's bonus video. This is Palafin and Vespiquen going head to head. Will the bee be the bee's knees, or will it get drowned by the dolphin? We'll find out here in just a moment. But first, we're going to have a little bit of a deck profile going on. We are going to look at the Vespiquen deck first. And so we're going to start out with Combi. We're going to have 4 copies of Combi, because this guy is going to evolve up into our deck's main attacker. We have 3 copies of Vespiquen X and 2 copies of Baby Vespiquen from Paldea Evolved. I can use my words. So Vespiquen, you have 2 attacks here. The big guy has Recovery Pheromones, it heals 60 from itself, or from one of your Pokemon rather. So probably itself, let's be honest. And then Phantom Queen for 3 energy does 200 damage, and then you put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it, or has any damage on it. So you're basically doubling, or not doubling, but you're making those wounds bleed by picking up the scabs. That's Vespiquen's idea. And then this Vespiquen here is primarily for order a raid. So more than likely you're going to have a Combi on your bench because you're trying to get them all evolved up. You can use this Vespiquen to kick one of these Combis back into your deck, and by so doing, do 120 damage. So this can help your matchups with the single price Pokemon that are in the format. We have some Cherubi action with the Lively Fruit ability. This prevents all effects of attacks done to your Pokemon by your opponent's from your opponent's Pokemon. I'm going to read that out loud, and I'm going to use my words. I'm stumbling all over them today. Prevent all effects of attack from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. Damage is not an effect. So this blocks stuff like Sableye damage drops, just because Sableye is a menace. Then we also have 2 copies of Cherim from Battle Styles with the Spring Bloom ability. Spring Bloom says, as often as you like during your turn, attach a grass energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box. So with this deck, we're going to have to attach first to the Combi, and then evolve up into Vespiquen to take advantage of Spring Bloom. But Spring Bloom is so good that we're still running it because of that ability. We are also running 2 copies of Hawlucha. We want to be able to put damage counters on Pokemon, but the only way for us to do that is for them to already have damage counters on them. So in order to take full advantage of Vespiquen's attack, we are running 2 copies of Hawlucha to get there. We're also running a 1/1 Bibarel line for a little bit of draw, and a Radiant Alakazam to spread the love on our opponent's side. So if we've got a little bit extra damage, perhaps they've retreated an injured Pokemon, we can move some of that damage around and make them hurt even more. With that said, next up is our supporter lineup, which is a very straightforward lineup, at least in terms of our draw supporters. We have a 4 and 4 of Iono and Research. This is literally as basic as you get for a deck. It's just like, I want consistency. There's your 4/4 done. There's not much about it. Nothing much special about it. It works. We're running 2 copies of Boss Orders for Gusting and 2 copies of Raihan. Raihan, of course, a little bit more consistency, allows us to search our deck for a card after one of our Pokemon are knocked out. So super good. And we are also, of course, attaching an energy to one of our Pokemon in the process, making it possible to try to keep our chain of Vespiquen going. We also do have a copy of Penny, just in case we need to reuse a Hawlucha, or to get something like a Bidoof or a Radiant Alakazam out of the active spot if they try to stall us. Now, for our search lineup, we have 4 copies of Bubble Ball, 4 copies of Ultra Ball, 3 copies of Nest Ball. This is, let's find some Pokemon and let's get them out as fast as possible, and that's kind of the whole shtick for this deck. The biggest thing with this too is, because you are running so many different Pokemon, you need to be able to get them out pretty much at any time of the game. So it's, while you could run Battle VIP Pass in this deck, don't think it's actually that good unless you really feel like super high rolling it, and you're going to struggle late game because you won't be able to chain your stuff as well. Just keep that in mind. You also have 2 copies of Super Rod, 2 copies of XP Share. XP Share, of course, allowing us to preserve our energies. Vespiquen is a demon to power up, so we do want to be able to try to preserve those energies as much as possible. And then because, again, we really need to set up, We also have 2 copies of Artisan. Artisan allows us to search our decks for a basic Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box and put them directly onto our bench. So we won't be able to find Radiant Alakazam, but we can find all the other basic Pokemon here, right? We can find our Combees, we can find our Cherubies, we can find our Hawlucha, although don't put your Hawlucha into play that way, please. And you can find your Bidoof. So, yeah. Good way to do it. We also have a copy of Gabejabog. Not always a guarantee to find. It is just a single copy. Kind of would like to see a second one. The list is actually surprisingly quite tight. But second one would be nice just to kind of get some early damage on your opponent's board to start prepping for Vespiqen's big and beefy attack. And finally, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 basic grass energy to fill out the rest of the list. Now, with that, we are going to take a look at Palafin.
So I'm going to be playing Palafin today. We do have 3 of the 90 HP Finizen. Then we have one of the 50 HP one, which does have the Courageous Evolution attack. For 1 water, you switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, then search your deck for a Pokemon that evolves from this Pokemon and put it onto this Pokemon to evolve it and shuffle your deck. So really good. Then we have 4 of the Palafin himself. It has 150 HP, has Jet Punch for 30 damage. This attack does 30 damage when your opponent's bench Pokemon also for 1 water. And for 2 water, you have Justice Kick. If this Pokemon didn't move from the bench to the active spot this turn, this attack does nothing, but if you are able to swap it into the active, it does 210 damage. Then we have 2 Cyclozar as a retreat out, so as a pivot, because it does have a free retreat. We have 1 copy of Manaphy because the Lost Box is a thing, along with also Radiant Greninja and Shen Pao. So good to protect your guys on the bench.
Yeah, so just to reiterate, Manaphy won't protect you from Sableye, but it will protect you from Radiant Greninja, which is a pretty big threat in a lot of versions of Lost Box.
Then we have 4 Irida, 3 Iono, and 2 Boss's Order.
Boss's Order is, of course, being used to gust up your opponent's Pokemon.
Then we have 2 Raihans, because you are going to be getting knocked out. Then we have 4 Battle VIP passes. Then wonder who made the deck.
Well, there's only 3 in there, so it couldn't have been me.
There used to be 4.
I know.
But we got trekking shoes, because it does act as a discard and a draw. Then we have 4 switches, because again, you want your Palafins to go to the active. And speaking of Palafins, you want 4 Ultra Ball. This is actually out of... Yeah, you want 4 Ultra Ball to find the Palafins. Then you want Nest Balls to find the Finizens or other stuff that you're needing. And then, because we need more switch cards, you have 2 Escape Ropes. Then you have 2 Super Rods to get some of your Dolphins back. Or Cyclozar, or Manaphy.
Yep.
Then you have 1 Energy Search, 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball, 2 EXP shares. Then you have 9
basic water.
9 water and 2 reversal.
So if you've been following our progress on this Palafin list, this has actually changed from the last time we played it. So we took a Trekking Shoes and the Lost Vacuum out for an Energy Search and another copy of Water Energy. The hope here is that since we do have Irid in the deck, if we absolutely need to, we can search for the Energy Search, find a Water Energy that way. And also with that 9th, that extra Water Energy, we're a little less hesitant to use concealed cards on Radiant Greninja when that's an option for us. So we'll be able to draw cards a little bit more often and not be quite as concerned, I should say, with discarding that energy, because Palafin is a 2 water energy attack user, so that can sometimes be a bit of a concern. With that said, though, we're gonna get shuffled up, and we'll get started with the game. Heads or tails?
We are going to go with tails.
It is tails. You choose.
I will go first.
All right. Busted start. Yep. All right, Combi, you got this. Just hold strong, Combi. We need an ability, kind of like Charizard's, where the Charizard has an energy burn where it just like turns all the energies attached to Pokemon into fire energies. We need one like that for grass. We can call it like Kudzu Confusion or something. I don't know. Like just something that like turns them all into grass energies. And then this deck could run Excalibur. And that would be much better.
Concealed.
Be a Battle VIP. That's right. That's it. No one. Okay. So about that.
Energy surge.
Talking about those busted starts. This is the same guy who couldn't make the previous version of Vespiquen work, so just keep that in mind.
Then cycles are. Your stuff is doing damage counters, right?
Damage counters. Yep.
Let's bring the dolphins.
That's pretty scary. Not gonna lie, that's a very crazy setup, and I am not gonna have that level of fire. I'm assuming you're attaching to one of the denizens.
Yeah.
And that's probably it for your turn.
Now it is.
Good lord. Okay, let's Artisan Nest Ball.
It's a party.
I'm scared.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, that's appropriate too. What if both these decks have to play experience share? I contemplate going back in for a sec. Which ball? The doof.
The doof doof.
The doof doof. I don't like this setup. touch the Cumbie on the bench, and we will pass. Because that's all I can do right now. Alright, show me the Palafins. I'm sure you've got all three of them.
No, I have one card left in hand.
Research or what?
We didn't add research.
That's right.
Let's see, I might just do this. Conceal cards. Cards in hand?
One.
Do.
I swear, Palafin's voice needs to be similar to what's the Jeff Dunham superhero character? The da 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 da. That moment when you just want more draw. Don't really care. You know what card would be pretty good in here to the bicycle? Roller skates would be good too. With draw till you have 4 in hand, that'd be really good actually.
The dolphins.
You get the other one?
Jet punch. And we're going to do 30 to the Cherubi. Swear to God, if that last card in your hand is a B barrel, I'm going to be very sad.
Industrious incisors for 5.
Should be like all 5 energy.
That's how this deck goes. Flying entry. We're going to ping both cycles there. I don't know.
You don't know what's funny?
I kind of figured when you were asking about the number of cards in my hand. Yeah. Busted hand or what?
Maybe.
Mm. How to deal with this? I will put you all. Not sure which card is the right one to get. I can either get the Cherrim to evolve this to let me make it last one more turn, or I can get the Vespiquen to start getting this ready to go. I think I get the Vespiquen. Either way, I'm not attacking this turn. Like in theory, I could have gone and put an energy on the active combi and evolved it up into a single price for Vespiquen, but I would have had to have foresight that I was going to draw absolute crap. So yes.
Run.
Mm-hmm. You know it's good when you're only super riding 3 energy back in the deck.
Jet punch for the double.
Draw for turn. Going to attach return. Going to Artisan and Lovable. At least I'm getting an attack off, okay? I'm even getting some damage counters dropping in. They come in to say hello. I don't know if it's gonna matter because I have to hit you like a million times in order to do anything. But
Just play Penny.
I know, right? Industrious incisors for 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Sad face.
Not so much sad face anymore.
Um, Phantom Queen for knockout and for the triple. you imagine if Trigger only had 30 HP? It'd be so bad. Okay, that's busted. Here is a broken card. Just saying. Broken card is broken.
Cards in hand.
5.
I won't play the super run, not yet.
Yep.
We will Justice Kick.
Justice Kick for pain and suffering. Let's see. Drop 4 turn. Not the card I was hoping to see. Really not the card. We're going to attach to Combi.
Is that manual or yeah, because you don't have
Has to be
it.
manual. Can't be anything
Sure.
else. Going to Super Ride.
I thought you had energy in there.
This is where we do barrel and pray. All right. Phantom Queen for knockout. It sucks because you need so little to set your stuff up compared to how much I need to set up. 3 energy sucks when you have no good accelerator. If only we had Grass Welder. Like actual Grass Welder, not bad Grass Welder. I mean, I know you're going to take the knockout, so might as well do it.
We're going to Justice Kick.
Experience share and experience share. Okay. Take it. On. I'm gonna play it.
For those that are watching this, if you're wondering why Ultra Ball instead of just the Vespiquen, it's to get the
Artisan should still be out. Did I just start it by?
I think
Yeah.
it's to decrease the hand size down.
That's gonna be Nest Ball and something.
Combi from the bench.
Gonna be from above. That doesn't feel good, but we'll do it. And I've already attached for turn, right?
Yes, because you did one.
This is the experience share.
Yeah,
That's
so
attached experience share, and I think that last one is the manual attached for this turn. So I need to
no,
do...
you did Raihan.
Oh, so I haven't attached.
No,
Okay, awesome. That's right.
because you manual attached the last turn, then EXP, EX,
Yeah, so no manual
and then
attached.
Raihan.
Good. My brain can totally keep track of the game. Attach basic energy for turn, and then we are going to cross our fingers yet again. Industrial synthesizers for 2. 1 and 2. Level ball. Charon. And then we're going to Artisan for Plumby. Phantom Queen for knockout. And then those guys both get 3 damage counters apiece.
Raihan.
It sucks because I could have had a 3-prize turn too, and then put this down. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered because you just take this. Whatever. Or this one even. That slow start and then the hiccup there a couple turns ago did not help. Ugh. I mean, it doesn't really matter which ones, but yeah, pop. All right, that's good. This did not help either, but that could have been worse. All right, well, Vespiquen at least put up a fight. It had a bit of a slow start, which didn't help it, but it did manage to get itself set up, and it did manage to chain attackers. If he didn't have the Raihan or an energy on that, one of the energies on that Greninja, I would have had game, because all I would have needed to do was boss up the Greninja, and then just KO all 3 at once. But unfortunately, that's not how the game went. So, yeah, not too bad. Vespiquen actually put up a fight. It didn't get stuck in the bug zapper this time. So, yeah, hooray for Vespiquen. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will see you in the next one.